As you guys know, we've been running a story on Yonkers Voice about an alleged assault against Guadalupe Olivares, the lady on my right, 62-year-old woman, that she was at the laundromat on Sunday, the 13th, at around between 7:30 and 8 p.m. She feels like she was assaulted. So I have them both here, the mom and the daughter. The daughter was not present at the moment, but because the mom doesn't speak much English, she's here to translate. So, Yolanda, tell us, or ask your mom to tell us, how did everything start?
¿Cómo todo empezó?
Empezó porque este muchacho estaba de este lado.
She said that because of a guy was on this side.
Yo estaba al lado de la máquina de lavar.
She said that she was on this side next to a washing machine.
Bueno, la señora sacó su ropa cuando la máquina terminó de lavar de la señora.
She said that another lady had clothes and she took them out. She had finished.
I tried to put my clothes inside the machine, but the guy vino.
No, Charles, you speak in, okay, we understand. Whatever you can speak, you speak.
Okay. And that guy come near to me and he say, "I'm waiting." I said, "No, I wasn't here first." And he said, "No." And then his mother, I think, she's coming and she threw my clothes out the machine. And I take it off and I left, they using the machine.
So when the lady took the stuff out of the machine, you went to another machine? ¿Usted fue para otra máquina?
No, yo me quedé en esta que yo tenía lavando. Okay. And then the lady started to say, "Fuck, no."
So tell her what your mom is trying to say.
What she's trying to say is that the lady just kept going. She kept verbally like harassing her, cursing at her, and just basically verbally harassing her. After they gave her the machine, because she didn't want to start problems. Lady took out the clothes, and she was like, "Fine, you can have the machine." And she had already like another one, so she was like, "It's okay, you can have the machine. I have another one." But even though the lady got the machine that she was, harassing for, the ladies just kept on verbally harassing her and cursing at her.
Now ask your mom, at what point did this turn into a physical altercation?
Que de donde esto se puso como que
sí, empezó a pelear. Ella corrió donde mi nieta a quererle dar.
She just came and ran to my niece and just grabbed her and started
physical,
her.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, how did she knew that was your niece?
Because they were all together and
I was in me, my daughters and my granddaughters.
Yeah, pero la pregunta es
¿Cómo ella supo que esa era tu nieta?
Porque mi nieta empezó a decirle a ella que no peleara conmigo porque yo era una señora y que yo estaba enferma.
Because she had told her when they were fighting when she was fighting for the machine, told her not to fight with an elderly because she was an elderly and she's sick. She has like a lot of health issues.
Okay, so she attacked her because she saw that your niece, she did not know was a niece, but was somebody that was with her, so she went in.
Right.
Now, you called the police, I'd assume, right? When she started hitting you.
My granddaughter called it.
Yeah, my niece called the police.
And the police arrived, and what happened?
pasó cuando llamaron a la policía?
Cuando llamó la policía, I wasn't like, yo estaba así y casi no miraba. Yo tenía como negro todo.
¿Pero qué dijo la policía? Cuando llegó la policía...
Y cuando llegó la policía, solo preguntó qué pasó.
¿A quién preguntó eso? ¿A usted?
A mi nieta.
Okay.
Uno me preguntó a mí, pero ni me dejó terminar y se fue.
¿Se fue para dónde?
Para con otro policía.
Okay, so translate for...
So what she said is that when they got there, she was very shaky, she was very disoriented, she was starting to see a little black, that the police, when they came, they didn't really ask questions, they just asked like what had happened, but they didn't really let her finish anything. One only spoke to her, the rest were really speaking to my niece, and they really didn't do anything, and they basically both left.
But before we start rolling, you told me that the police actually told your niece a few things. What did they say to her? You know, according to what your niece told you, because you were not there.
Yeah, what my niece told me that they said was that it was a waste of their time because they weren't going to do anything, and that they had other more important calls to go to than that.
Now, when the police arrived, was your mom already had her eye bruised?
Yeah, she did.
She already did?
Yeah.
And the police could see that her eyes were bruised, or did the bruise start coming up later on?
No, her eye was already, you could already see it. She was trembling. You can tell that she was like disoriented because she didn't know like where was what. Like you could see it. She was shaky. She was sweaty. Her blood pressure was already high because she suffers from that.
But you were not there.
Well, when I got there, I saw it as well.
Okay.
Because when I got there myself, I saw her. She was like this, and that's why I was so angry, and that's why I couldn't leave it like this.
Now, when the police arrived, were the other parties still there?
Cuando la policía llegó, la otra gente todavía estaba allí.
Sí.
Yes.
Y yo le dije a mi nieta, porque a ella le dijeron que no era nada interesante. Y yo le dije a mi nieta, dile que Alice lo saque de aquí. Y el policía le dijo que no, que mi nieta estaba llorando de coraje porque ellos no hicieron nada.
Okay, you want to translate?
So she said that the police told her that they weren't going to do anything because it wasn't like anything important. There was nothing interesting. And that she told my niece to tell them that at least to tell, the other people to tell them to leave. And the police said no, because they weren't going to do anything. And that my niece was even crying of the anger that, nothing was going to be done.
Okay, now, but did the police also spoke with the other party?
La policía habló con la otra gente.
Realmente no me fijé. Yo sé que fueron para atrás, pero no vi, no me acuerdo.
She said that she doesn't remember. She really wasn't paying attention to that.
And then what happened?
¿Y después qué pasó?
¿Qué fueron?
The police, they left.
Police left.
That was like, habían 10 policías, como 10 policías.
She said that it was like 10 police officers.
Now, for how long did the police stay? When the police arrived and spoke with you, how long were they there? More or less?
No, like 10 minutos.
About 10 minutes?
About 10 minutes.
And then they left, and that's when you received the call, right?
Yes, that's when I received the call from my niece. She told me that my mom had gotten beaten in the face, that the cops had came but left, and that the people that had, physically punched her, and that they had already told them that when they step outside, they were gonna get hit again. So, I rushed it over there, And when I got there, as I'm walking in, the police had came up again.
And so when you arrived, the police had came back again. So who called the police the second time?
My niece did.
Your niece called the police again. And called the police again. Why?
Because the other people had already threatened them that when they step outside, they were going to get beaten again.
I got you. Now, señora, usted fue al hospital? ¿Por qué no?
I don't know, en ese momento no
pensó.
Confundida, no sé, no.
She said that she doesn't know, it's just that she was just so confused, so out of it that she just...
Now, Yolanda, on the post that you submitted on Yonkers Voice, the title was Injustice.
Yes.
Why did you title it that way?
Because I was very angry. Because I was furious that day. I saw my mom, and you know, she's 62 years old. She has already enough physical, she has a lot of, she's diabetic. She has already a lot of health issues. And as much as I tried to speak to the police there myself, I was like, she's 62, and they're just walking. They're nothing. And all they kept saying was, well, is it worth someone getting arrested? And I'm like, are you serious? And I kept asking them, why not? Why not? Oh, is it worth somebody getting arrested? And I'm like, I don't understand. She's a 62-year-old senior. The lady was a grown person. Like, I don't understand. And they just kept saying, like, we're just trying to avoid anybody getting hurt, And he was just like babbling on, and I'm like, and I even told him, I'm like, put yourself in my position. What about if that was your mom? Your mom that had gotten beaten. What would you have done? And he's like, no, I understand, but is it worth someone going to jail? When I saw her, I was so angry because she was shaky. She was crying. She was sweating. And she really looked at loss. Like she didn't even know where she was at. She was just like that.
Did you suggest to the police officers that responded to the scene that perhaps they should look at the surveillance video of the
They said that they couldn't access it. Because they said that the other reason why they couldn't do anything was because they weren't there to witness anything. So we said, there's cameras everywhere. We can't access those. I'm like, there's everyone here that witnessed it. He's like, well, we can't really ask anybody. Nobody's going to want to say nothing. We can't access the
So
camera.
they said that without even asking?
Yeah. They didn't take no one's information. They didn't ask the other people what their information was. And then we're the ones who got rushed out of the laundromat first.
What do you mean by you got rushed out? Who rushed you out?
The police.
They asked you to leave?
Yes.
Él dijo que sacáramos toda la ropa de las máquinas, no importa si había terminado. Le dijo a la encargada de la laundry que parara las máquinas. No importaba si tenía jabón o no jabón, que sacáramos todo eso y nos estaban apurando. Apúrense, apúrense. ¿Ya? La última, nos falta una. Oh, damn. Y a la muchacha le decía, pare la máquina. Y la muchacha paró las máquinas que tenían todavía jabón. No había terminado.
No, they asked you to leave. What about the other party?
No.
The other party stayed.
The other party stayed and they finished their laundry.
Yeah, ellos se quedaron.
We got
ahí.
rushed, and what she was saying is that they rushed us. They told the laundry tenant to stop all the machines that they had. It didn't matter if it still had soap or they were still soaked with water. They stopped all the machines. My sister, my niece, they took out their clothes wet, with soap, it didn't matter. They took them all out and they pushed us out. Like, you need to go. And they kept saying us, at first it was like, one of you guys need to go. But then afterwards it was us. Like, you need to go. And they stopped all of them. They took out their wet clothes and it was like, no matter if it had soap, nothing, you guys need to go.
Yolanda, which laundromat was this?
Clean City in South Broadway.
Clean City, South Broadway. Is this by the school?
It's
Or the one by...
next to AutoZone.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Now, if you could talk to one of the brass at the Yonkers Police Department, what would you tell them?
That I feel that it was very unfair what they did, that, you know, it wasn't the right way to handle it, that I feel that it really was injustice, because nothing was done, and I'm very disappointed, you know, that I expected more. I really did. That I just want justice for my mom.
Well, guys, you heard it here. Yolanda posted something that she felt that was injustice. We contacted her asking if she would give us an interview to tell us on camera what happened. We would like to extend the same courtesy to the other party. If they want to say, if they want to talk to us about their side of the story, please contact us and we will be there. So now, as always, we will put this out. You listen to Yolanda and her mom Guadalupe, and you make up your own mind about how you feel about this whole thing. So stay tuned on Yonkers Voice. Take care.